New Year, everyone, and welcome to Inspire 7 with Miss Unice. And today, to open the year, we have an amazing guest who will give us his story. Because, as I told you when we started this show, we will bring you unearthed, unbiased, and untold society stories. And today, we're gonna hear a story that I know will motivate you, will inspire you, and it will also make you learn 2 or 3 things. So stay tuned and watch this video till the end. And as you continue, remember to subscribe, to also like, to share, and also to make sure you leave a brilliant comment. And in case you want to be part of this show, you can email me at mumounice@gmail.com. So allow me to introduce my guest to you guys.
Happy New Year, everybody. This is QM Karanja, Generation Next. Here to give my inspiration story to everybody. I still believe that inspiration is what the next generation need so that we move.
So guys, as you have heard, this is the next generation that is coming. And as he has said, it means that we are bringing you inspiring stories. So without further ado, allow him to share the story with us.
My story began in the year 1993 in the slopes of Aberdares, the so-called Happy Valley. That time, I was born. Unknown to everybody. And also, in those days, women used not to go to hospital. The deliveries were done at home. That was the Africa of then. So I was born. And I had an issue. Immediately after birth, I developed complications that affected the breathing system. I would write up from hospital to hospital, starting from Nakuru PGH, all the way to Kichat Hospital, where I stayed as an infant for first 6 months. Children died. But miraculously, by God's grace, here I am.
So your disability started from birth?
No. It's a story that I will still continue getting.
Let's continue with this story. Let's not jump into conclusion about it.
Yeah. I would continue having that disease for about 2 years from my birth. Somewhere miraculously it ended. The story began. My mother would leave where she was married, go back to where she was married first. That's a story. Then there would face rejections. In my family, I happened to be from a separate father from the rest.
Oh.
So after my biological father, who I have never met, who I have never seen, but one thing I'm sure, he's dead.
Oh, why are you sure he's dead?
Because he's from the same village as I. And I still believe he's dead because it's a story that is in the village. He's dead.
Oh.
I'm very sure I might be only child of him.
Oh.
Yeah, he died of tuberculosis many years ago.
But you have never seen him even when you were a kid?
Yeah.
All right.
But I've seen him in a dream.
In a dream?
Yeah.
All right. This is an interesting one.
I believe most of the people who are watching, most of you who read the river between, you came across somewhere they are talking about Kamiri Morogi or the Kamiri the witch. Surprisingly,
some of us did read the river between.
Some of us read.
Yes.
And to surprise that, I'm a descendant of that Kamiri. Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe I'm in 6th or 7th generation. It's a story that I know. So, after birth, now we went back. My mother went back to the first husband. I would face rejection, frustration, humiliation.
Yeah.
Somewhere, she went back to her father's place. And life began. Life would continue. After a short while, I would join nursery school. And it's funny that in nursery school, I developed skin rashes, skin disease. It made me face the world that I've never imagined.
Yeah, so now you have a disability at that point?
No.
Okay. So the disability was not the reason as to why you are facing rejection?
No.
Okay.
I
What was
was
the reason as to why you were facing rejection?
because I was not his biological child.
Oh, all right. Now
Yeah.
I get it. Mm-hmm.
So I would suffer rejection. So when I developed the skin disease, all my hands were black.
Mm-hmm.
I would scratch myself. Sometimes when it is sunny, I would shed blood. In school, all the kids were told not to come near me. I remember at one time, I remember I was in class 2. My teacher would say that I'm HIV positive.
Oh my
I would
God.
be isolated. Every kid who would come near me, they were beaten. They would even say that I'm a witch. So
And you are still a young child. Eh?
yes, I was still very young. Actually, that thing, it really affected me.
Yeah.
It lowered my self-esteem. I remember in my class 1 and class 2, I was getting 700 over 700. But after those events, I could lower my grade of rejection. So I suffered from self-pity.
Yeah.
But somewhere, I have a doctor. Actually, that daktari came there and he saw me in the multitude, scratching myself. He called me up. I went. That time I was a small boy in my 10 or 11. He gave me 12 packets of the mafuta he was using. And my, within 3 months, my skin was back, smooth and rejuvenated. It was a bad. Then I would continue. That time, as a young boy, we would play.
Yeah.
I had interest in gymnastic,
Oh.
drama, yeah, and also athletic. That time I had no issue with disability. But in the mid of 2003, everything changed. And disability began. I remember it was on Thursday evening. I slept like anybody else. Waking up in the morning, I found myself having an issue with the hip joint. Everybody thought maybe it was a glad swell. I was taken to local dispensary. They only gave me some painkillers.
Yeah. Is the your
After there, I would continue that way. The problem started developing slowly by slowly. I could no longer run. Walking became an issue. Like now it was now painful. 2 years, 3 years down the line, going to local dispensary, painkillers. But somewhere in 2006, I went to Nakuru General Hospital where I was done some few X-rays. A medical student, I still will not name her because of reasons, security reasons,
yeah.
recommended that I should go for surgery.
So now, before you continue, so you woke up and found that you are hip and swollen.
Yes,
So now that was the start of your disability.
Yes.
That's how it came.
yeah.
Okay.
So after medication at Nakuru PGH, they realized that I should not go for surgery. So I booked the surgery. And everything was fine. So when I went for surgery, that day I was booking for surgery.
Yeah.
Another doctor, that one I will name because he was called Dr. Ohanga, recommended that surgery was not effective at that time because I was still young.
Yeah.
And they thought that if I would to do surgery at that time, I would still do another after 15 years because bones were still developing and growing. So they recommended me to take some painkillers, the diclofenac,
Yeah.
which I took 4 months.
4 months
I
taking
took
diclofenac.
yes twice a day. So I guess my body became a laboratory or a chemical industry.
Yeah.
Because I took out of drugs, out of medicine.
And were they helping?
Yeah, they were treating pain was going down, but nothing really was happening. So it was until I went to the hospital that at least there was now light at the end of the channel.
Oh, yeah.
The hospital offered solution that became well, at least it would help
Yeah.
because they realized how the problem was. they diagnosed me with a disease called Peters disease.
Mm-hmm.
I'll explain it a bit. Peters
Okay.
disease is a disease that affects children at the age of 10 to 12 up to the age of 13.
Yes. Like it's a teenage problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Globally, Peters disease will affect, mostly it affects children in the tropics.
Mm.
Nobody knows the cause
Mm-hmm.
and nobody knows treatment.
Oh, there is no treatment.
No treatment,
for that. Mm-hmm.
nobody knows the cause.
Okay.
So doctors tell me that it affects 1 in every 10,000 kids.
Mm-hmm.
So I was not lucky.
Yeah, you got affected.
I found myself in the one in the statistics.
Yes.
And
Mm.
what happened? Actually, what happened that there's enough fluid in the joint dries up.
Yes.
When it dries up,
Mm.
the joint suffers from wear and tear. So it reduces in size.
Mm.
It stopped growing. So we end up reaping because
There is no fluid.
there's no fluid, so it is wear and tear. So the joint becomes aching all the time.
Mm.
To mitigate, so if it continue,
Yeah.
now that maybe for me it's the right leg.
Mm.
If it continue, it affects the left because all the body weight shift back to the other side. Now the other side now also get affected.
Oh.
At the end of the day,
Mm.
patient will not be able to walk.
Mm.
He or she will depend on wheelchair permanently.
Mm.
But since the problem was diagnosed,
A
the
little bit
doctors,
earlier.
yeah,
Mm.
they told me to mitigate it. To mitigate it, they have to use this crash
Yeah.
so that I can be able to pass body weight.
Mm.
Most of my high school since Form 2 I used to have. I went to high school from Form 2 I used to have 2 crutches.
Mm.
Actually, even the time I was during University of Nairobi, I had 2 crutches, but then I realized to mitigate, to move around Nairobi,
Yeah.
it would be very hard
Mm-hmm.
because I know most of you who have lived in Nairobi
Yeah.
understand Nairobi is just a chaotic city.
And it's not that accessible.
So with the 2 crutches, it was not walkable.
Yeah.
But I've tried my best
Mm.
to minimize movement, not even taking out of labor. I don't do out of manual work.
Yeah.
But all in all,
Yeah.
it has been
A journey.
a disability. So today I can say that I'm very okay.
Mm.
After done few reconstruction surgeries and here and there.
Mm. So tell me, that time that you got disability, you were still growing, and you had when you were born, you faced a lot of rejection and mistreatment,
Yeah.
and now you are here, you have a disability. Were you still staying with your dad and mom, or you had already like moved out or something like that?
Okay, my mom had already moved out. And now he was living in her mother's side, that is the grandfather's place,
Yeah.
where even today we live.
Mm.
Yeah, so then the family has been supportive so much.
Oh,
Actually,
nice.
I would be wrong if I broadcast anything wrong about my family, like the
Yes.
bigger family, because
Mm.
yeah, I know they watch,
Yeah.
and they have been supportive. All through my journeys have been family issues. They have taken me through. They have supported me.
Mm.
All my friends have supported me,
Mm.
and I believe I'm moving far.
Yeah.
I'm
true.
moving.
True to that.
Yeah.
And we will even want to shout out to them for supporting him. From childhood up to now. You guys have done a great job. So, Karanja, tell me, so when you got now the disability, how
Yeah.
was the process for you now to like accept, now I have a disability, I have to maneuver around, I have to go to high school, after high school, I have to go to college, I have to do what I have to do to make it in life. How was it for you?
Thank you. Life hasn't been easy. Yeah, because sometimes even today I go to some places,
Yeah.
nasikia mtu amesema sio leo, because maybe they think I'm coming to beg.
To beg, yes.
It pains.
Mm.
When I found myself that now I will no longer be able to run, I'll be able no longer to be like any other kid.
Yes.
Things just happened to me as I was now feeling okay.
Mm.
Now this is now my new normal. as
Yeah.
we are calling it. Now my new normal, no, but
Something that you have to live with.
have to live with. Yeah.
So bringing it forward now, because we are almost finishing this episode, I would like to know how is your situation currently, because I believe you are an accountant right now. You finished your university. So I would ask Karanja to give his closing remarks, and also to encourage someone out there who has faced rejection or who is going through a difficult situation, because right now Karanja is an accountant, and these are the stories that we are telling, that disability is not inability, and you can face this life with a lot of energy and courage.
One thing that I would tell us about is that let's accept ourselves, let's move forward, let's never get challenged, always be happy, gain positive energy, we think in a positivity, and I know things will be good for us and for even for the next generation. As we pass through this our tiny planet, we make change for the better of next generation, which we inspired. Above all, we should also remember that we never inherited this world from our ancestors, but we have rented it from the next generation, the unborn. So
Oh wow.
we make everything good for them, not for us, because our ancestors came and went. We to be a passing. The next generation matters more than we.
So you have been watching Inspire 7 with Miss Unice. I hope this story of QM has encouraged you, has motivated you, because you know the reason as to why we started this show. It is to inspire the world and see the other part of the world, because you know disability is not inability. And in this show we are unearthing untold societies stories, whereby we bring you stories that has not been told, stories that are inspiring, stories that are motivating, and we are focusing on unearthing the untold society stories. So for this year, stay tuned, because we will bring you different guests who will inspire you and who will motivate you to start even maybe your own business, to start things that you have never even thought of. So stay tuned for this new year, and happy blessed year to everyone who has been supporting me, to everyone who has been watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing to my channel. Let's get to 5,000 subscribers before my birthday, which is coming up on March. So that will be the end of this show. So I will see you next Friday, same time, same place, as we hear another episode of Inspire 7. Blessings.